fantasies, hopes and wishes to ride in Benzes in a Sapoa. Like I want to be like a superstar.
Your formidable team of leaders, dear my fellow contenders, I thank you. I'm so grateful to be here with you. My name is Luyimbazi Elias Nalukoola. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Uganda and all courts of judicature. When I assume the seat of a member of parliament, I will tell you the obvious first. The constitutional commandment under Article 79 provides to the effect that a member of parliament is supposed to legislate. I will legislate, ladies and gentlemen. I will supervise activities of the central government in my constituency. I will further my activities of fighting for justice and human rights. I will inspire the youth. I'm aware that the youth in Kawempe North constituency are the majority, but many of them are not only unemployed but unemployable. We have to identify their talents and nurture them. We have already embarked on that. I believe I will be able to fight and call upon all the younger people to join the struggle for good governance. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to me.
A member of the National Unity Platform, card number 1939. I think that will do for the introduction first. Magala Umar has this on agenda. Top on the agenda is fighting for the fundamental freedoms of rights of man and citizen. Secondly, on our agenda is to demand for accountability from the military regime that has ruled our country for the last 40 years. You know very well that the health sector is sick. We are going to put them on test. We want to use this opportunity to express ourselves in form of a protest vote in the year 2025 in Kawempe Division North. The other issue is empowering our people, the common people, the ghetto people of Kawempe. 10 seconds. Yeah, empowering our people. How do we empower our people? Just getting the little pay, getting part of the little pay we have, and at least giving our people some startup capital, especially the mothers, especially the marginalized groups. Your time is up.
I'm going to construct one health center, and also I donate one ambulance for my people. Another one, about education. I've already introduced about education. I've already introduced Moses bursaries for the orphans. Even the orphans of the late one, you bring them and go to educate them. Then another one is about the population. I've already introduced Moses Boxi, Mundawa, President Kyokka, let me be brief. Because of the time, let me start from there.
First and foremost, if I elected as a member of parliament, I will begin with build a hospital in my constituency. Well, the problem we have We have one hospital, one NSS center, one hospital in Kawempe. So many people suffocating. So, before I elected as a member of parliament, I will start with that. The second one, I provide the mother, the kids, every pregnant mother, and not only that, I will add 200,000. Thank you, madam.
So, Mr. Magala, what is your understanding of the role of an MP?
Thank you very much. The question is very clear. The understanding of the role of an MP is already stipulated in the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. An MP does oversight role. An MP does represent his constituents. An MP does representation of the people. And an MP as well does appropriation of the budget. Thank you very much. So those are the cardinal roles of an MP.
Mr. Mulumba Matthias, your colleague has talked about those roles. What is your understanding of appropriations?
That is a process where the MP looks at how the people of that area, how they can benefit from the government, from the service delivery, that they should be given properly to those areas where he represents.
Okay, thank you very much. The same question applies to Mr. Nsereko Moses. What is your understanding of appropriations? Mr. Nsereko Moses.
I beg your pardon, sir.
What is your understanding of appropriations? Your colleague said there are 4 functions: legislation, oversight, appropriation, and representation. What is appropriations?
What I can say, the role of an MP, Parliament, the role of an MP to pass laws that govern the country. MPs make laws that govern this country. Also to represent your people, the one who have voted for you. That is it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Frederick. Mr. Frederick.
Yes, madam.
On the role of oversight,
yes,
we've had precedents of members of parliament who have been given the role of oversight. I'm sure you know them. And they have not performed to accordance to what we expect of them. What are you going to do as a member of parliament in the role of oversight?
Thank you, madam. One of the role of parliament, oversighted. So, what the madam asked me, Kachika, what are you going to do? Because we see many members of parliament not working, not do their own, not do their jobs. But Kachika, I will make sure that I work tirelessly to see people get delivered, get well representative.
Please, let's listen. Let's listen to the candidates.
Dr. Charles Rubagumya, I think I posed the same question to you. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, the same question to you.
Oversight function.
Okay, I am going to repeat it. I said we have seen in the current parliament, we entrusted some of our leaders with a role of oversight, and they have not performed to our expectations. In fact, they haven't performed at all. What are you going to do as a member of parliament in as far as oversight is concerned?
I told you that you cannot give what you don't have. You give what you have. My main goal is to join the struggle of removing the dictatorial regime of President Museveni, because all those functions you are talking about, oversight role, allocation of resources, all programs, these people they are presenting, who is going to give them the budget? Can a dictator give them a budget? Who is going to give them the power to implement all those good projects? The main role, the main solution is to uproot the dictatorial regime of President Museveni. Then afterwards, that's when we shall get into our promised land. That's when all those health issues will be fixed. That's when all education issues will be fixed. That's all those programs which are supposed to be supervised by the MPs will be implemented. But you cannot do all those programs, all wonderful programs, under a dictatorial regime.
Thank you.
So the main role is to remove the dictatorial regime, and then we get into our promised land, which we always think about.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth.
Yes, please.
A question we would like you to answer. Name any 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament. Any 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament.
The 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament: 1 is to oversee the House, because they are the ones who are the chairpersons of all the sessions or all the sittings of the House. 2, approvals of the national budget. And also 3, trying to make sure that through the parliamentary commission, to try to know the privileges and also the allocations for all the different persons in this country.
Thank you very much. The same question applies to you, Councillor Imbazi. However, we would like you to explain more on the Speaker's role when it comes to the Parliamentary Commission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Speaker, people power, our power, Ra. Speaker is the chairperson of the Parliamentary Commission. The Parliamentary Commission is the body which does the administrative role of Parliament, including but not limited to proposing the remunerations and determining administrative questions and issues which arise in day-to-day running of Parliament. If you allow me the latitude.
Thank you, Council. Appreciate that. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. I will have Dr. Judith Nalukoola pose the next question.
Mr. Serunkuma, like we said,
let's listen to the question, please.
The roles of members of parliament include representation. The number of youth in Uganda is between 78 to 80%. And that means your constituency of Kawempe North is mainly youth. How are you going to represent those young people with so many problems that they have? How are you going to represent them in parliament?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The majority of the population in Uganda, all of us we know, are the youth. But I'm assured they are not well represented in Parliament, yet there are people who are supposed to represent the youth in Parliament. So I always advocate for the youth. such that they can be skilled, they can be employed, passing bills that they can be given cheap loans, soft loans, such that they can operate small business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The last two candidates will tell us one law. For this section, the last two candidates are supposed to tell us one law. If they had 1 minute in Parliament, which law would they propose and table in the Parliament of Uganda? That is, starting with Mr. Luswa Mohammed. One law that you would pass in Parliament, that you would propose.
Thank you so much, moderator. People power, our power. Moderator, it's the age limit, because General Museveni for over 40 years is in power because of the age limit. So I want to be very clear when I enter Parliament. I want to fight hard, fight tiresomely, like my brother, the Honorable Segirinya, to make sure that the age limit is being passed.
Thank you. The same question for Mr. Kulia Saulo Ziwa.
When I go to Parliament, I will propose that we get a commission to look after the elections, to get an independent electoral commission, so that the president is not the one to choose those people on electoral commission.
Thank you.
I'm going to start from the previous speaker, Mr. Kuliasao. So you're going to tell us, just mention one value of National Unity Platform, then you expound on it, how you as a member of Parliament, you're going to carry on these values of National Unity Platform.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. Me, I will stick on justice, because everyone here needs justice. It is from the God, me Kulia Saulo Ziwa, to be a Ugandan. It is not from anyone else. So that I will be advocating for justice, because we need justice. As things are going on in Uganda, it seems we are not equal at all. I will put my emphasis on justice, so that we can help our country and we liberate all Ugandans. As you know, our grandfathers and mothers fought so that we get independence. They thought that all Ugandans will be independent. But after getting the independence, it seems we are not independent. So it is us to fight for our independence in Uganda.
On the next, I'll go with Mr. Luwemba. I will pose the same question to you.
One value.
Mr. President, moderator, discipline is one of the core values of National Unity Platform. And today, we are being disrespected by the so-called regime propagandists that are being planted in the National Unity Platform. I will emphasize discipline once I enter Parliament. Corruption, I will fight tiresomely, Mr. President, to fight corruption, because corruption, it has been a key factor in disuniting National Unity Platform. Thank you.
Mr. Serunkuma Salim. One value. Same question.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I am the moderator, I'm not the president.
Yeah. Oh.
President.
Thank you, moderator. I will always emphasize the point of liability. In National Unity Platform, all of us, we are aware of that. The liable is the main problem that we have here. Mr. Problem, we have been with people here. We have sent them to different locations.
Let's give him a chance.
To
Let's listen
represent
to
people.
him.
But they have already disappointed us. I will always be reliable to the people of National Unity Platform and Uganda in general. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Nyimbazi Elias Nalukoola, one value and how you will espouse it in Parliament.
Integrity. Integrity. It begins with you as a person. You discipline yourself. You restrain yourself from taking what is not yours, what you are not entitled to. In that regard, I will restrain myself. I will make sure that I promote integrity, not only among the members of National Unity Platform, but also my fellow members of Parliament, because it is unconstitutional, it is illegal for one to do that which is contrary to integrity. We must practice good integrity even when we are not being watched. I thank you.
Mr. Engineer Serunkuma Kenneth, I'm going to give you a value that you're going to talk about. Let's be quiet.
Colleagues, let's be quiet, please.
Mr. Serunkuma is going to speak about patriotism as one of the values of NUP. So him as a member of Parliament under the ticket of NUP, how is he going to advance our core value of patriotism among the people of Uganda and also carry it on as a value of National Unity Platform?
Thank you so much, moderator. But to my dismay, patriotism is not part of our core values. But still, I can be able to speak about it. Because when you look at the core values, there are basically 6. And among them, patriotism is not there. But still, patriotism is the love, the determination, the courage to speak up, to serve your country by respecting the Constitution, by abiding by rules and regulations, by electing able leaders, by being able to serve as part of the mandate of the people. So, being patriotic, you must be able to exhibit it in where you stay, being disciplined, being able to engage in whatever you're supposed to in elective politics, engaging in decision making. You must be there for your country. But still, just part of this, I want to tell you that another core value of the National Unity Platform is fidelity. You get it? Because the question you posed, I'm trying to really put across that fidelity is one of the core values, whereby we express the faithfulness to a person, cause, or belief, demonstrated by continued loyalty. So here, I promise my president that I'll be loyal to the party, loyal to you, and loyal to everyone who supports the National Unity Platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, maybe point of correction is in the new constitution, we don't have fidelity, we have patriotism. So, but at least both of them are related, so that is very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Doctor, please listen to this question. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, you are a member of Parliament for Kawempe North. We have a bill in Parliament to extend the term of office of the ruling regime. And they need 1 vote for it to pass. Someone approaches you and says, I'm going to give you money to build a hospital in Kawempe North for your people. Please vote for this bad proposal. What will you do?
Good question. But what I would like to inform the general public that our party is a party for change and is a party which cannot be compromised. And one of the values of our party is integrity and honesty. As a person who believes in integrity and honesty, I cannot betray the people of Kawempe North constituency. I cannot betray my party.
So you will reject the money for the hospital?
Yes, I will reject.
And vote against the bad law?
Because building a hospital cannot bring up a change which we want. What we want is to remove the dictatorial regime of President Museveni, such that we can be able to get our budget and use it the way we want as NUP.
Thank you very much. The same question goes to Kachika Frederick. Kachika, should I repeat the question?
Yes, sir.
The question is, there is a bad law being proposed in Parliament. The ruling regime needs one vote to pass it. And they approach you and say, we're going to give you money to build a hospital in Kawempe North, but we want you to vote for the bad law. What will you do?
Thank you.
1 minute.
Thank you. First and foremost, I, Kachika, I fully exhausted corruption and embezzlement. Nobody can give me that money, and I agree with him. So I'm concluding saying that I reject it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nsereko Moses, the same question?
Yes, sir.
Same question.
Yes, I cannot allow, sir. I cannot allow. Even I can box the speaker on that issue. I can just box it. I cannot allow. I cannot allow. We are here for the power of the people, not the money. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Chakula yiseta mungumatira.
Thank you.
My president mkwagala musajja gwe.
Dr. Nalukoola will pose the next question. Please, let's be silent.
Mr. Mulumba. Mr. Mulumba, you said you're the chairman LC1, right? Let's give Mr. Mulumba audience. Let's give Mr. Mulumba audience.
Silence, please.
Mr. Mulumba said he's the LC1 chairman in a certain village in Kawempe North. And in that same Kawempe North is where we find the National Referral Hospital. That is the women's hospital.
It's true.
So we have a value of service in NUP.
Yes.
You are conflicted in a situation where there are no gloves in the hospital.
Yes.
You people have told you there are no gloves, but these same people need to be worked on. And the doctors are telling them you have to first go buy your gloves outside the hospital, then you come to work on you. What are you going to do as a member of parliament? Are you going to arrest the doctors? Are you going to buy gloves for your constituents? What are you going to do as a leader in terms of service?
Of course, the doctor is not the problem for the availability of those gloves. I know the Minister of Health, which is supposed to be in the position to serve all equipments of health services in that hospital. And for that matter, I'll bring the press. I'll go first to the Minister of Health, see the Minister of Health before going to the Parliament. So I go to him and I ask him,
I'm sorry for interrupting you. It's an emergency, the patient. It's an emergency. It's quick. We need to work on the patient.
Quick one, of course, as a member of Parliament, I have to improvise means so that that patient doesn't die. And then later on, I got the ministry to address the matter. And if he refuses, then I got the Parliament, the podium, to say the problem in my area. Thank you.
Mr. Magaya, you're the last candidate to speak about this. I'm going to ask you again on the value of patriotism. How are you going to advance it? Because that is a value of your party. How are you going to advance it among the people of your constituency, but also among the people of Uganda? Because you're going to not only represent your constituency, your NMP who is going to make laws that affect the general population of Uganda.
Thank you very much. Patriotism goes hand in hand with fidelity. As a member of parliament, I would really implore my constituents, my fellow comrades, to love their country. And how do you love your country? By doing things that are within the law, by promoting what is right, and then disdain what is wrong. That's how I would do as a member of parliament. And actually, as a leader in my area and as an emblem of NUP in my area, I have been preaching that. I have been preaching patriotism. I have been preaching fidelity to the party and love for our country. Thank you very much. Thank you. This or that, and make sure that their friends don't see the answer. Our judges are the ones to see the answer. Because if they speak, some people are expected to know the answer. We want to be fair so that people do not know the answer. This is the question. Which chapter of the 1995 Constitution, in which chapter of the 1995 Constitution do we find fundamental human rights and freedoms located? You come to the front. If it is found in chapter 1, if it is found so you come here and show us, the judges will record the answer. Is that clear? Is that clear? So let's start from here. Which chapter of the Constitution do we find fundamental human rights and freedoms? Done? Next. The next question will be posed by Dr. Nalukoola.
Let me take this as a follow-up question from the previous question. You've seen what has been happening with the Supreme Court, where there was a judgment on the release of political prisoners. You know, most of these political prisoners are actually NUP supporters, and many of them are from your constituency, Kawempe North. You as a member of parliament, what are you going to do? One, to make sure those political prisoners are released, because they have failed to release them even with a judgment. Two, moving forward, what are you going to do to make sure such cases are not taken to the military court? Remember, the person you're replacing was also a political prisoner.
Hello? I beg your pardon, madam.
You've had the judgment from the Supreme Court.
I've not heard it.
So if you've not heard it, it's okay. Let me change the question. I will pose that question to the next person.
Thank you, madam.
Yes. What is the great, anyway, let me ask it in a different way. There has been that judgment. X that you don't know.
I have not heard about it.
Yes. But at the same time, we have NUP and other political prisoners. There's Dr. Besigye, we have here Bobby Young and others who are in prison. Even the person seated next to you has been in prison for 1.5 years. The person you're replacing as member of parliament was a political prisoner for 2.5 years. What are you going to do? One, to stop Ugandans from being taken to military court. Two, is the ones who are in prison. What are you going to do about it? Because there was a ruling, a judgment, struck a judgment to release them, but they're not released up to now. What are you going to do about it?
I will take government to court such that I can take government to court such that we can talk about that thing, so that our prisoners are released. I will take government to court. That is the answer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The same question applies to Mr. Kachika. What will you do about political prisoners?
The problem we have, this regime, since Museveni got power in 1996, he has done many things to our people. Has killed our people. He has beaten our people. Many people have suffered. So as Kachika, as being elected as a member of parliament, I can pass a law that favor the political prison. No, not a political prisoner. The political party. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Innocent Ugandans have been abducted. Innocent Ugandans have been disappeared, and you cannot even trace their bodies. Some Ugandans are kidnapped day and night. So, the only solution we can do for such a problem, I told you, is to join the struggle of removing the dictator. That's the only solution. Yeah, and actually, as a part of the change, I have to go on that line of removing the dictator.
Thank you. Mr. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth, which committee of parliament would be the best to deal with the issue of political prisoners?
The issue of political prisoners, you find that we have the Committee of Internal Affairs. You need to tell them to try, because you find that most of the political prisoners are under prisons. Prisons is still holding them. Yet already we have basically there are about two committees: the Committee on National Law and Guidance, and also the Internal Affairs Committee, because they need to be removed from prison, but there are some few procedures which are supposed to be done. But we should not relent. We should continue pursuing on all channels which we can be able to do, so that they get out of prisons.
Thank you. Councillor Luimbazi, which committee is responsible for human rights in Parliament?
The Committee on Human Rights. It's Human Rights Committee.
Thank you. I'll give the mic to my colleague to pose the next question to Mr. Serunkuma Salim, Mr. Luwemba, and Mr. Kulia.
Mr. Salim, do you believe in one of what your colleague said about that our major problem is removing the dictator? All these things don't matter, but removing the dictator? Do you believe? First a yes, then I ask a yes or no, then I ask the next question.
Yes, I believe with him.
Okay, so if you believe that that is the most important issue, why are you standing as a member of parliament? Shouldn't you be home trying to remove that dictator?
I stand as a member of parliament because I do believe that a member of parliament has the powers to determine how the dictator can be removed.
Please explain a bit more. How does a member of parliament remove a dictator?
There is a law in parliament that mandates that there is a law in parliament that provides or helps a member of parliament that can decide on how to remove a president of a nation.
Okay. Mr. Yes.
Mr. Magala, do you believe the same? Do you believe that our major role is to remove the dictator? We should leave everything else? Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much. Our greatest challenge in Uganda is the dictator, and that is General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who should be removed with all possible means available and within the law.
So as a political prisoner,
Yes.
what are you going to do different? Because when you were imprisoned, it was the same case that you were imprisoned. What are you going to do different as a member of parliament in order to remove the dictator?
Yeah. Thank you very much. One, there are two opportunities. The first opportunity is availing itself now. We are headed for war. This is a front we are going to use to show a protest vote. The first opportunity is this protest vote of 2025 in Kawempe Division North. Actually, when we get the opportunity, we shall voice out ourselves host. And this goes to Justice Simon Biabakama. Should he play around with the vote of the people of Kawempe? Should he play around with the mandate of the people of Kawempe? We are ready to take him on. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Luemba, do you agree also to the same question, or do you disagree?
I agree.
So what are you going to do as a member of parliament on the same?
As a member of parliament, when elected in office, I want to advocate for the rule of law. Because what is tormenting us most is the rule of law. For example, the Supreme Court has just given a ruling, and we want to thank the Honorable Kabaziguruka for challenging the Constitutional Court. So now when I'm in Parliament, I will put the Commission of Human Rights accountable, and as a member of Parliament, I will make sure that all laws that are being passed in Parliament, they are in the favor of Ugandans. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Finally, for now, Mr. Kulia Sauloziwa, same question applies.
Okay, thank you, moderator. When I'm voted an MP of Kawempe, because this government, they are not working on the laws, and we want to remove this government, I will only mobilize my people of Kawempe North to put this government on placer, because we want to remove the dictator. And I will be teaching people on how we can remove a dictator. Because it is us who can remove this government. When we are together, as Ugandans, we can remove this government. Even if it is today.
Thank you.
They can just move away. If we can even move from now and we say enough is enough for Uganda, they can move. I will only mobilize the Ugandans to know their rights so that we can remove the dictator.
Thank you very much. Dear colleagues in the audience, Mr. President SG and others, we have an opportunity to the candidates. Those at the back, please. Do you admire and why? Which candidates amongst your opponents do you admire and why?
none of these candidates.
Thank you.
I admire none.
He also admires none.
Admiring for someone is a sin. Therefore, I cannot admire for someone.
Thank you.
I cannot admire anyone. Maybe my president, Mr. Kyagulanyi, but not this one. I'm the best candidate for the post of Kawempe North. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Among the candidates seated here, I would, one, admire my brother, Council Elias Luyimba's Nalukoola, for his espousal of the rule of law and constitutionalism. Thank you very much. Next.
Thank you very much. The fact,
Let's listen, please. Let's listen, please.
the fact, people power, the fact is, I admire myself because I'm the only one who has been representing the people and who has the issue of term limits to remove the dictator from the reign. So I admire myself, nobody else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. I admire Salimu Sirunkuma. The man has a ground. The other election he contested as a member of parliament. He was the second. So I admire Salimu Sirunkuma.
Thank you.
People power. It's a very challenging question. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me the latitude. We are endowed differently. Mother Teresa says that I can do what you cannot do. You can do what I cannot do. Together we can do great things. All of us here are talented differently. I'm unique. This brother of mine is unique. Everyone here is unique. But we are all endowed differently. You cannot fail to admire something from someone. All of them, I have something to admire from them.
Thank you.
I thank you. Thank you.
Silence, please. Let's observe silence.